Hello ladies, and welcome to your lock-in season. Advice from me, dropping all the information that you need to know in order to transform your life in the next 8 weeks. We're currently in week 2, so if you haven't read what we did in week 1, go back and have a look at that. I'll pop a link below. But this week is all about practicing boundaries. Now, boundaries are literally going to change your life. Not having boundaries is what is keeping you small. It's what's keeping you out of the flow, and it's what's stopping you from becoming the woman that you are dreaming about becoming, the woman that you wish you were. It's all to do with your boundaries. So, last week's exercise was to write a list of everything that keeps you in the flow and everything that keeps you out the flow. So, for example, for me, when my screen time exceeds 2.5 hours, I'm completely out the flow. When I skip the gym, when I don't eat enough protein, when my apartment is messy, when I speak to my friends on the phone about nothing for too many hours, I'm out the flow. So these are all things that I've observed that keep me out the flow every single week. And then things that keep me in the flow are things that make me feel good, that feel natural, like posting my blog all the time. I feel really in the flow as I do that. Painting, going for a run, eating healthy food, all basically the things that make you feel good day to day. Having your hair done. These are the things that you should be focusing on, because the more you can remain in the flow, the more you're going to attract what's meant for you, because you're in that good energy. You're in your natural flow. So what we're going to be doing this week is putting boundaries in place so that you do not stay out of the flow. The goal is to stay in the flow as much as possible every single day. And last week there was you were just reflecting. This week you're actually going to be taking action. So I want you to look at your list of what keeps you out the flow, and I want you to focus on the top 3 things. So this might be using your phone as soon as you wake up, screen time, doom scrolling for 1 hour, when that should be your time for your prayers, your meditation, whatever. I want you to put some boundaries in place. So, for example, if you do wake up and check your phone, which is very normal for everyone, and you scroll for an hour and this makes you feel horrible because you're like, what am I doing with my life? You're going to put a boundary in place. And the boundary is going to be something you need to decide. At what point do you start to feel horrible? Is it just switching on your phone first thing? Or is it after 10 minutes, after 20 minutes? These are the boundaries. When you speak to your best friend and she starts gossiping and moaning and starts being really depressing, or it might be your mom that you speak to on the phone, at what point do you need to cut the phone call off? Where do you need to have the boundary? Now, the boundary can be very extreme, and it's I'm not accepting these phone calls because these phone calls are just a violation of what keeps me in the flow. Or it could just be as simple as after 10 minutes on the phone, that's my cutoff, and that's when I need to start ending these phone calls. So you need to look at your list, and you're gonna put your own boundaries in place, and you're gonna practice those boundaries. And it's gonna be a practice, because it's not gonna be easy at first in some cases. It's not gonna be easy to stop doom scrolling when it's kind of making you feel good until it doesn't, and you're just comfortable and it's actually a habit. So you're breaking these bad habits so that you can attract to the things that are meant for you, because you're in your natural flow. And I put a post up yesterday about being a rose with a thorn this year. And I think if you just keep that analogy, as the thorns protect the rose. The rose is one of the most beautiful flowers, and it is protected by thorns. So not everyone can pick the rose. And if you kind of see yourself as someone that needs to have these boundaries in order to protect you from your radiance, from killing your dreams, this is so important. So this week is all about practicing boundaries. You're going to be practicing for the next 7 weeks. Every week you're going to be practicing boundaries. That is so important, because if you can practice boundaries with yourself, you can practice them with other people in relationships, which is so important. You know, for the single ladies out there, even in a relationship, you need to have boundaries with people in order for relationships to thrive. Otherwise, people just do as they want and you just kind of accept that at your own expense. And we're not doing that this year. So that's the first part, boundaries. Next up is Joe Dispenza meditations. I cannot rave enough about Joe Dispenza. I'm actually going to see him in Switzerland for a mini retreat this month, so I will be posting about that. But Joe Dispenza meditations are so powerful in transforming your life. And I did the meditation this morning and I was like, why do I not do this more often? It's so good. It takes you out of your kind of current reality and transforms you. It just moves your mind into this new place of existence, and at the end you let go of anything you need to let go of and you kind of visualize like your higher self, and it's wonderful. So I recommend Joe Dispenza meditations. They're on YouTube. I've got mine on Audible. I'm using the You Are the Placebo meditation. I'll link it below. And I've got it on Audible, and I put my phone on flight mode and I listen to it first thing. So I've got no distractions and I listen from bed. So I recommend that. Okay, and I'm not going to overwhelm you with too many things because there's going to be small things that you can do to improve your life, which I have personally wrote in my list where I've been slacking a bit. Like, I didn't do my food shopping normally how I do it this week, so my food was a bit messed up. I wasn't juicing every day. I love making my veggie juices. So I've got some small things on my list, and the same is going to go for you. Like, what things do you need to be on the ball with this week to remain in your flow? But one point I wanted to add as something that's really going to transform your life is before you go to bed and when you wake up, you want to journal as if you've already had the day of your dreams. Like, today was such a great day. I, woke up. Whatever you did when you woke up, that would be a reflection of your dream life. And you're just going to have fun. This is putting you into a creative energy, which is the God frequency. You're going to be allowing yourself to be almost childlike. You can use your imagination. What would your dream day be? Even just an average day in your elevated life. Like, you just got paid, you went to work, it felt so good that you're doing what you were called to do in whatever that is, and just do one page of journaling before bed, and when you wake up, as if it's already happened. So, just to reiterate, before you go to bed, you're going to be writing about the day you just had and how amazing it was and what you did and how you felt. You want to emphasize how you felt, how things made you feel. Because feeling is the energy of magnetism. When you tap into how you feel, you're practicing before it happens these feelings so that when they actually happen in real life, it feels normal. It feels normal to be paid X amount. It feels normal to be offered, acting gig or whatever your thing is. These things feel normal. It feels normal to be spoiled by your partner, to be cherished, to be cared for. It doesn't feel foreign because you've already practiced these emotions. So that's what this practice is. I want you to do this every single day. Every single day before bed. Write in your journal a day in your life, and do this in the morning as well. Now, I know you probably won't do this every single day, every morning, unless you're truly committed. But even if you aim to do it every single day and you do it a few days, it's going to change your life. It's going to shift your energy, especially before you go to bed and especially when you wake up. This is just going to put your energy into the frequency of possibilities. And that's what we're doing. We're expanding our consciousness. We're allowing our lives to be more expansive than it currently is. So it doesn't matter where you start. This is the starting point, and there is no ceiling. That you can take this thing and go as far as you are willing to put in the work. So that's all for this week, ladies. Let me know if you prefer this kind of like audio style or if you prefer the writing. I'll do a mix of both, but I just felt inspired to share in this method. So I hope it resonates with you. I hope you have an amazing week, and I'm sending lots of love.